This is the luxury world. Get inspired with us today and tomorrow. Choosing the right Rolex model can be both exciting and overwhelming. The brand's reputation for quality, durability, and attention to detail is reflected in its price range, which can vary from a few $1,000s to tens of thousands, and even more for rare and vintage pieces. Owning a Rolex is more than a material possession. It's an investment in a work of art that transcends time. The watch becomes a companion on life's journey, telling stories and marking milestones. In today's video brought to you by the Luxury World, we will give you useful tips and steps in buying a Rolex this 2023. Prepare to embark on an enlightening journey through the world of horology as we present an engaging and informative video that will unveil the captivating realm of Rolex watches. If you haven't already subscribed to our channel, we encourage you to do so now. By subscribing, you'll ensure that you stay up to date with our upcoming topics and videos. The watch market's landscape has undergone significant transformations, leading to a slightly more complex decision-making process when choosing the path to take for acquiring your very first Rolex timepiece. For many watch aficionados, the journey of purchasing a Rolex begins with meticulous research. Rolex offers a wide range of models, each with its unique design, functions, and historical significance. From the iconic Submariner to the elegant Datejust, Rolex watches cater to a variety of tastes and preferences. Discussing the current state of the watch market is significant, as it lays the groundwork for understanding the various avenues to explore when considering the purchase of your first Rolex watch. Over the past half-decade or so, the watch market has undergone substantial shifts, particularly witnessing a surge in demand for specific Rolex, Patek Philippe, and Audemars Piguet models, along with brands like Richard Mille. However, within these esteemed brands, certain watch models have gained remarkable traction, commanding considerably higher prices on the secondary market. This phenomenon can be attributed to a substantial rise in demand, while the supply has remained relatively constant. This equilibrium, or rather imbalance, between demand and supply has propelled secondhand prices to new heights, generating an intensified yearning for these timepieces. This trend of soaring watch prices truly skyrocketed in the last couple of years. Watch prices have seen increases ranging from 20 to 75%, although these surges have moderated and have aligned more closely with general market trends over the past year. Nonetheless, these timepieces continue to command a significant premium. It's important to acknowledge that this situation doesn't apply universally to all watches. Refocusing on Rolex, within their catalog, certain brands and specific models are experiencing substantial premiums due to the overwhelming demand for them. These models encompass iconic names like Daytona, GMT Master, Submariner, and Skydweller, as well as select Datejust and Yachtmaster models. While this list might appear extensive, it's essential to consider the broader context. The key factor to recognize here is the equilibrium between the consistent supply and unwavering demand for these watches. This phenomenon holds significance, and its implications should be retained in the back of your mind. Let's delve into the comparison between authorized dealers and the gray market. Starting with authorized dealers, they differ from conventional stores like those of Nike or Chanel, typically seen in malls. When you step into a Nike or Chanel store, you're entering an establishment owned, managed, and operated directly by the brand itself. These companies follow a business-to-consumer or B2C model, where they sell their products directly to consumers. Rolex, on the other hand, operates with a slight distinction. The authorized dealers in the world of Rolex are different. These jewelers and entities enter into contractual agreements with Rolex, entitling them to purchase watches directly from Rolex at a considerable discount. In turn, they commit to selling these watches to end consumers at the retail price set by Rolex. This arrangement diverges from the standard B2C model, creating a unique dynamic within the Rolex market. Understanding this aspect is significant because it ties back to our earlier discussion about high-demand models like GMT and Skydwellers. Authorized dealers play a pivotal role in allocating these sought-after watches. Over the recent years, a noticeable trend has emerged. Authorized dealers tend to retain these coveted watches within their secure safes. They cultivate relationships with clients, individuals like yourself, and others who visit the store to buy watches or jewelry and support the brand. These dealers receive a limited number of high-demand watches. Consequently, these dealers must make challenging decisions regarding how to distribute these watches. If they were to merely place them on the shelves for purchase, they would likely be snatched up instantly. This prompts dealers to allocate these watches more strategically. The first come, First-served approach won't necessarily work in this case, as individuals who rush to the store to grab these watches and swiftly leave might not be the authorized dealer's primary focus. This holds for most authorized dealers, although it's worth noting that some may engage in questionable practices, but not all fall into this category. Most authorized dealers aim to ensure that these coveted timepieces end up in the possession of individuals who genuinely appreciate the watches, rather than being acquired by someone who might resell them the very next day for a quick profit. Understanding this dynamic is crucial, particularly if the watch you're eyeing belongs to the category of highly sought-after models. It's important to be prepared for a reality check. Walking into the store and expecting to purchase one of these hype watches by simply presenting your credit card might lead to disappointment. This can be a challenging concept to accept, especially when you have diligently saved money and worked hard. The idea that you might need to be invited or chosen to purchase the watch with your hard-earned money can be difficult to swallow. Regrettably, this is the reality we find ourselves in within the market. So, what's the alternative route? This is where the gray market or the second-hand market comes into play. Just as in other industries, such as shoes or coins, a thriving second-hand market exists for watches. Second-hand watch dealers are individuals who acquire watches from others, apply a markup, and subsequently resell them for a profit. The advantage lies in the fact that these dealers typically have immediate access to the watches you desire. They maintain a considerable inventory of various models, encompassing an extensive range of options. Practically any watch, whether it's a Datejust or any other model you can envision, can usually be found in the second-hand market. However, the downside is the premium you will have to pay, which can be quite substantial. Some of these watches are being sold at prices ranging from 50 to 150% higher than their original retail price. This markup reflects the scarcity and demand for these watches in the market, driving their prices to such heights within the second-hand realm. Like how demand can drive supply, there are instances where the demand for certain watch models is relatively low. In such cases, if your desired watch happens to belong to one of these less sought-after models, your chances of acquiring it directly from an authorized dealer are significantly higher. Nonetheless, some waiting might still be involved. Building a relationship with your authorized dealer becomes crucial in this context. This can involve purchasing other watches from their store or simply engaging in friendly conversations. While this might sometimes feel ingratiating, it's important to recognize that the watch industry, much like other business sectors, relies heavily on relationships. While it might feel peculiar for such a transactional setting, this dynamic is a prevailing reality in today's market. Even if the watch you are interested in is less popular and can be obtained from an authorized dealer, you can still explore the second-hand market. This is because, in the case of watches with lower demand, the second-hand market often sells them at prices lower than their original retail cost. Just as you would consider the second-hand market for a highly sought-after watch and pay a substantial premium, you have the option to turn to the second-hand market for your less popular choice and potentially secure it at a discounted rate. It is most important to research on your own. Prospective buyers often delve into a sea of information, exploring Rolex's official website, watching YouTube reviews, reading forums, and engaging with watch communities on social media platforms. The goal is to become well-versed in the brand's history, materials, movements, and technical aspects, ensuring an informed choice when it comes time to make a purchase. You simply need to acknowledge the reality that if you're drawn to a highly sought-after watch, you might need to navigate a strategic approach. This could involve establishing a rapport, which might entail making purchases or forming connections with the sales team. Engaging in conversations, visiting the store regularly, and discussing watches can be part of the strategy. We hope that this video has provided you with valuable insights and information. Please feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section. If you found the video engaging and informative, we would greatly appreciate your feedback in the comments and your support by subscribing to our channel and giving us a thumbs up. Thank you for tuning into Luxury World, and we're eagerly looking forward to your participation in our upcoming videos.